All right, let me see here. Oh, interesting. Okay, do your thing, honey. Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Listen, I came to chat with you guys about another lackluster episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, we have to get into it because we got one of the most tackiest events of Real Housewives. Well, I'm gonna say Real Housewives of Atlanta history, because I just can't think of somebody that may have had a worse one than her. I'm sure you guys are gonna leave it down in the chat, of who you may have thought had like a not so great season over here on the I mean, not season, but event over here on the show. So leave y'all thoughts on who y'all think had like, cause this right here was tacky as hell, bitch. Okay. I mean, was Phaedra's tacky because she had like a baby shower, but she didn't want to tell nobody when she would do? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She had some lies around her stuff because she didn't want the people all in her business like this. So I guess, girl. I mean, girl, whatever, hun. I mean, I guess, but this right here was some tacky shit here. I mean, and we gonna talk about it, right? Let me go ahead and get my content up, my notes up over here. Whew. So this episode did not give us a whole lot. It wasn't that good. I mean, I feel like we spent a lot of time at Miss Edie's event, but I mean, girl, it was just a blah. And it's crazy, right? Because this episode was supposed to be the episode that Phaedra returned, and I'm thinking it's going to be this big grand thing, and it technically wasn't. Now I understand, some people can't stand Phaedra for the actions that were taken against Kandi all those years ago. So much so that they really be feeling like, it ain't that funny. It ain't that funny. Like, listen, it's okay to not like what she did, and also laugh if you feel like it was funny, okay? But if you genuinely feel like what she had to say wasn't funny, girl, then I guess so. All right, but I was getting my chuckle on, honey, when she was over there talking about the ladies. I'm not gonna hold you, child. I just thought some of this shit was too funny. Like, it was giving Kiki just a bit, like Porsha said, but it also was giving when they get to talking shit about you. We don't want to hear nothing, okay, Miss Fei Fei? When they get to talking shit about you, we want you to laugh and hee hee and you love that's your face. You know how you love to do that. I want you to give the same reaction when they get to talking shit about you, okay? So first things first. The episode opens up with Kelly and Shamia. All right, the new besties. Yes, Shamia refers to everybody as best friend. Y'all know she has that show where she I no ma'am. Ah, she trying to get her sexy back. Okay, I'm gonna have to call her when I'm done. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, let me listen. One of my besties sent me some stuff from her trip to Costa Rica, and I'm gonna have to, cause listen, I had to save that. Cause girl, if I open up a message, people be thinking I be ignoring them, but sometimes I forget I open up a message, and I'll just keep going on about my business. So when I open it up and I'm not able to respond, I try to go ahead and mark it as like unread, so I can remember to come back to it. So I'm going to be hitting her back. Okay, I'm talking about my. Okay, anyway, I got too much. Now, why everybody trying to hit me up when they see that I decided to go live too? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into it, but anywho. Shamia refers to everybody as pretty much best friends, all right? And I think that, some people was like on Twitter, like, oh my God, sorry, Shamia just trying to be best friends with everybody. I guess she'll just be best friends with Kelly since she can't be with Porsha. And it's like, well, honestly, I do feel like over the past year or two, because keep in mind, it's probably been maybe 2 years at this point, or is it 3? Where Kelly and Shamia had already known each other prior to being on this show. So when we're watching it, they've been at least a year or more into the friendship at that time. I think they make a good set of friends. I feel like they offer the support to each other. And I mean, unfortunately, I see that more with them than I've seen Brit show support to Kelly. I'm so tired of y'all listen to me. Please understand. When I say I am tired of seeing Kelly show up to stuff, gifting things to Brit, clearly that is a love language of Kelly's. And I also feel like that's how Kelly may want people to show up to her because that's what she gives. It is so annoying. Girl, actually, I've been annoyed. Okay, you over there bringing flour, but that also I feel like kind of speaks to the heart of Kelly as well. But all in all, I think her and Shamia make a good batch of friends. I think things will turn, Kelly. I hope you're watching. When you decide that you too want to be a mouthpiece for Shamia, similar to Shamia being for Porsha, and that is where people are going to label you as a lap dog. Like this episode, you talked SHI about Drew telling her to tell the truth, and then you go in the confessional and you have to wipe that egg off your face just a little bit, okay? Because you stand up there talking about you don't even know her. I mean, I don't know anything about her aside from the fact that she's a liar. Like, that's all you know. So basically, you haven't even got to know her for yourself. So how you feel about her is based on whatever Shamia got you thinking or feeling. At least get to know the lady for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's one thing, like I get it. Some people like they'll automatically take their side of their friend and all of that, right? But you are also a person that's new to this entire group. So you would think that you'll just want to get to know everybody instead of just taking folks' word on it. You know what I'm saying? Just going with what they say when you haven't truly experienced Drew for yourself to know whether she's a liar or not. Like, I don't really like that. And I think being that Shamia started to trickle down, okay, she started to slide down the wall because us fans put her so high up and thought that she was just going to be this great housewife. And if anything, Shamia came into the show acting still to me like a friend of versus that BIT, right? And I don't know if it's because she's so humble or what, but I think also she came into this space understanding that it's Porsha's space too, right? So she wasn't trying to like outshine or do anything like that. But Shamia, we're gonna need you to rise to the occasion, okay? And nothing's really wrong with her personality, in my opinion. Something's definitely wrong with the fashions, but I need you to realize how much of that girl you are. Now, you don't have to be extra boastful. You don't have to do too, because I know, that's not you. But I mean, we need a little something extra, okay? Because it's still giving friend of. But anywho, these two ladies are having a pretty good friendship, and so much so that Kelly decided to hit her up and like, yo, I want to take the girls on a trip. Like, we all got some stuff we've been dealing with. Like, most of us on the cast are getting a divorce, okay? You got stuff dealing with your child, the situation that happened between Brit and Kenya. They got that going on. Like, it's been a lot. So I would like for us to go on a trip. Now, girl, why did she have Shamia up there guessing? I said, BITCH, if you do not tell this lady where y'all going and stop having her guess looking stupid. Just like, what is it? Where we going, girl? Put it out there. So come to find out, they are going to go to Grenada. All right. So that should be a nice trip. Kelly said that she got some friends out there, somebody she's going to connect with, and they're going to make this a bigger trip than just the girls going out, hanging out, having fun. They're supposed to bring things there to support them, being that they went through that terrible hurricane or whatnot last year. So that's what they're going to do. We also learned when it comes to Kelly, this divorce has been draining her, okay? Emotionally, physically, and financially. Y'all, this lady said she's been going through a divorce for 2.5 years. The bill is $158,000. I see why Drew's sticking with the attorney that she got, even though she really need a better one. For real, in my personal, that lady clearly only charged 8 racks and not 158. Okay? Because clearly Kelly got the house. Did she not? Did Kelly not get that? Kelly got the house, okay? Hello? Kelly got the house, all right? So maybe in the long run, 158 makes sense. Drew over here just paying 8. Drew, you're gonna have to do something, because when you pay for less, that's likely what you're gonna get. Now, sometimes we might get a little more with the less, but in this case, I don't know. I don't know, Drew. It's not looking good to me, all right? And the crazy thing is, like, yo, I wonder, like, because I think Kelly and her husband had like 2 different weddings or something like that. And I'm like, yo, how much you spent on that wedding? Because for it to cost 158 racks, I just feel like that should be illegal. I feel like that's extortion, Your Honor. I feel like she is extorting. No, 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 no. The billable hours is crazy. 158 racks for 2.5 years? But again, I guess she went out and got the best of what she could get, right? And then she said, at this point, I think my what she said, I think my ex-husband want my soul. He does, ma'am. Ma'am. He wants her. That man hates you. And I just, man, divorce be so sad. It be so sad. Like, I know we come down to social media, we talk about it and everything. And I do be feeling bad for some people because the reality of the situation is, although these are reality stars or whatever to us, these folks are human. And it's really sad to see that you're in this such a loving relationship, not all, but some. And then when you get out of it, this person is literally trying to take you out. The man threatened this woman in front of the judge, not giving not one fuck. She over here trying to open up Nana's Chicken and Waffles in Sandy Springs, can't financially handle that. So now, she's in limbo with the landlord on that. But this man now opened up his own waffle spot, child. I'm not finna name it. I'm not gonna put it on. I'm not giving you no promo like that. Okay? But he don't want to start his own little thing. I can, but you ain't got no money though. She's still over here, according to how we're watching it on the show, waiting for him to pay the money he owes her as well as child support. But you over here starting a new business, but you ain't got no money though. Girl, that man, and then gonna send a letter to Bravo talking about how he don't want his daughters on this show. Trying to send a cease and desist or whatever it is to shut that down. But of course, since then, they probably show her daughters on the show 2 or 3 more times since he sent that letter. It is crazy. I do feel for her. I do. And I know y'all ready to get me well, Jami, how you feel for her, but you don't feel for Porsha because she actually had children in the marriage? Porsha didn't. Talking about that baby calling that man Paw Paw. She thought that was her grandpa. He looks like Genesis Zitty. Okay? That's what that is. That's not, These were these kids' actual dads. In addition, when it comes to her oldest child, of course, that dad is around. They have a great relationship. Thank God for them having a great relationship. But he came into Chance's, I think that's her oldest, or is it Chloe? I'm not sure. But he came into that oldest daughter's life at such a young age. And he was there for a great amount of it. Took care of her like that was his own child. And I mean, Porsha's child only known that man for maybe 2 years, if that. She literally forced that man on her child. She forced that man on her family. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's kind of hard to feel bad for that. Just a little piece. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm like, dang, 2.5 years costing you $158,000. I think divorces is reasons why people and then how long they be staying in a divorce, right? How long they be I can't. People be like, yeah, nah. So I don't even fault nobody that may get married, and then if it doesn't work out their first time, be like, I'm never getting married again. Listen, I don't blame y'all. Okay, you better go get you one of them Tina Turner marriages, okay? Where you gonna be her man for life. And I think they got married probably a few years, maybe a decade. I can't remember how far into their relationship because she did not want to get married, not understand it after going through that terrible divorce with Ike. So that man was boyfriend out, life partner forever until eventually they did marry. That white man did right by her, hun, in my personal, okay? So, child, listen. But if y'all never get married again or whatever, girl, I understand, hun. Just live your life. Girl, just do what you want to do out here. Okay? Because that's crazy. It's expensive, ain't it? Expensive to get married. And really, it don't got to cost that much to get married. Really, the wedding is what's expensive, not the marriage, for real. And then the divorce is insane. And then, here in Georgia, because I had a friend, thank God, her family member is no longer married. But that motherfucker, when I say that, one doing shit. I'm talking about one doing shit. Had 2 kids with her, one doing a motherfucker thing. Do you think she could get him to fuck about her house? Hell no. Even though the house was in her name. Based on the Georgia law, that motherfucker was able to stay in that house. Do you hear what I say? Wasn't contributing shit. Barely engaged and had a conversation with the children. Do you hear what I'm telling you? So it's real. I don't know. I feel like Georgia going to have to change that law. Okay. So if one of the marital partners get the home in their name and they're the ones to file for the divorce, the other person got to get out. Period. If you don't want DV situations, thank God they never had any. However, okay, you need to get out. You need to get out. You got to go. So I just hate how it's set up. But I wasn't surprised that Ralph didn't leave the house though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, thank God they kind of had a basement to where you didn't have to coexist upstairs for real. He was banished to the basement. And he really had, that's a whole other, some people rent out their basements as a apartment because it's like that loaded down there, right? It's not like they had about 3 bedrooms downstairs. He got his own room, studio room. He got a theater room. He got like the kitchen area, okay, which is probably set up like a bar, but it's perfect for him. He literally had his own man cave apartment downstairs. So I'm not surprised that the judge kind of did it that way. But it's unfortunate. All in all, I'm glad Kelly was able to move to another home because DV was heavily involved in her marriage and she needed to be separated from him. Like, they did not need to exist in the same home, but I'm glad that she did get the home. And I'm wondering if she sold it yet, if she and the girls moved back into the home. I probably would have sold that house, but it's a difficult time in Georgia, you know what I'm saying, with like interest rates and stuff, and just finding the best property that suits you. Everybody wants so much, i.e. Angela. Okay, want too much for the home, don't want to do the proper upgrades that they need to do, just want to be able to make money off of it. Oh no, ain't nobody buying this. Come on, I better just building a house from the ground up if I got to put all that damn work into it. Okay, the only problem gonna be is when they hit you with them taxes afterwards. But yeah, y'all want too much for these houses and not doing a whole lot of work for real. So that's the risk. Now Kelly could potentially keep the home and turn it into an investment property, and that way she could get, the income to take care of the mortgage and then some extra, possibly. I don't know, but I hope to see her on the next season to learn what she decided to do with that property, because I don't know if she sold it. But anywho, Kelly got a lot of shit going on, so she definitely needs this trip to Grenada. I know they talked about how, I want us to go on this trip and I want us to have a great time, and once we leave, we come back as like renewed women or something like that. And I'm like, girl, y'all finna go on this trip, love. And when y'all come back from this trip, my love, y'all gonna be renewed, all right, because y'all gonna be needing to find renewed friendships, because the ones that y'all finna go there with is not gonna be what it is, okay? Now let's get to Porsha, because Porsha is decided to go on a house tour, and maybe it's a few homes that she's going to be touring. She's going through this divorce with this man, and she wants to kind of go ahead and have her ducks in a row, in a sense. She don't want to be sitting in the courtroom cringing, not knowing what's about to happen next or whatever the case is. And what this is giving is, we all know Porsha is not about to buy a house. Hell, she's still in that man's house to this day. So Porsha wasn't finna buy a house, but what Porsha really was doing was manifesting. Porsha was manifesting a home, if you ask me. Because when Porsha stood up there and said, I want to visualize my future, I said, yeah, this bitch is manifesting. She's not literally looking for a home for real. Okay? Now, the house that Simon purchased was like, maybe 5 bedrooms or something like that, maybe 6, and it was $7 million. The home Porsha went to look at, actually, to me, was a better home than the one Simon had. It was, about $3 million cheaper, $3 or $4 million cheaper. For $4 million, it looks like it had more rooms. It had a basement area built out and everything for what all Porsha may need. It had the guest house in the back. Like, it was a dope home. It was a really nice home. But honestly, and I don't know Porsha's finances. I don't know what she's getting residual on, what the stuff looking like, how much she signed on to get back to Real Housewives. I'm not sure. But what I am willing to believe is that what Housewives used to pay is not what they currently paying. I do not care. I feel like that's part of why they got Kenya the hell up out the way. I feel like that's partly why they would likely never bring Nene back, aside from the things that Nene has said about the network, as well as Andy, right? I don't know if they gonna want to pay her. And granted, even though she says she missed the money, she might be willing to take whatever they're offering, because sometimes the platform itself is going to give you the viewership and likely make up for some stuff, right? Whatever you're missing. But Porsha, I don't think Porsha making that much. Porsha whole network could be $4 million, $2 million. I really think Porsha may be in that $1 million range. That's where I think she is, not $4 million. And then here's the thing too. Sometimes, even though people may have the money for it, doesn't necessarily mean that they can afford it. And I say afford it as far as like the long run. $4 million. We're not even including like the taxes, whether she got HOA fees, like other things that's going to be added to that price. Like, would you really want that? Hell, it might end up being the cost of the house old boy got that he been paying for. And why would you want to do that, right? When you're trying to secure your child's future and ain't no telling where else. Like, do you really need all of that house for real? Not necessarily. Okay? Because ain't not damn person finna come live up in this $1 million home with me and think that your ass ain't finna pay. Hello? Okay? Even if you're an assistant, I can offer you a room for free. But I'm not paying you shit. Oh, okay. Okay, you can stay in that room right there. Okay, but don't think, Now, if I pay you, you're going to have to run it back because I'm going to have to rent a room to you, okay? Because we ain't got it like that. I'm not even going to hold you. I don't care what social media looks like. I don't care how much I edit my pics. I don't care what you think I got. I ain't got it. I'm not like I used to. Okay, and then you got her mama up there talking about, it's a guest house. Ooh, I might have to sell my house. What house are you speaking of? Because I know it's not the one that you living in. Because that's Porsha's home. So what is you finna sell? Okay, now Porsha might want to sell that house in an effort for all of y'all to move over to that house, potentially. Put a little cute little down payment on it. Maybe bring that price down just a little piece. I don't know. Okay, but hell no. The house was cute though. I actually like that one that Porsha went to look at better than the Simon one. Now, what I liked about Simon's house are the windows. I love the big windows. I love how you can get so much natural lighting into the home, right? So I thought that was nice, but I think this one is more of the style. But Porsha was over there manifesting, y'all. Porsha not looking for no house. Porsha literally said, I'm trying to visualize myself in the future. Okay, so she's trying to manifest this home, and that may be why she came down to the YouTube. Haven't seen her post anything in about 2 weeks, so maybe she's gearing up for content or something. But that's what that's for. All right, now don't think she can't make no cute coin on the tube, because she can make her a cute coin, especially with her already being known and already having that audience that's gonna buy into anything that she says and does. Then yeah, some things gonna go for her. But girl, yeah, that's not what that was. So Porsha says, listen, I may not have picked my man, a good man. I may not have done a good job. Actually, I do terrible jobs picking men. However, I might be able to, pick the best house for me, and I'm thinking that this right here, this is cute, for me and Pilar and stuff. So yeah, right. So they do a flashback on Porsha and how she shown up in her marriage with Cordell, y'all. When I tell y'all, Porsha was way more submissive than what I thought she was. Damn. That woman sat on that limo and said something about him letting her go. What? Granted, I understand you want to have a conversation with your spouse, you know what I'm saying, making sure the household is good before you take a trip or whatever. But the terms let me go is such a problem for me. I don't know, because I wouldn't want to feel like I'm a child and I'm having to get permission of some sort. And I wouldn't even call it that. Like, yeah, we could check in, we could talk. This is the plan. What are your thoughts about that? Anything you got scheduled, what you got going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but let me go. Like, I was like, Porsha was tripping. But Porsha also was playing that role to get what she needed to get. And now when I think about when Shamia said, Porsha was the first one to teach me how to do this and teach me how to do that and shave my cootie twat and wax it and da-da-da-da-da and ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It was giving, Porsha was being performative as hell on and off camera with that marriage. And you know what else was interesting? I probably would say more so on camera or something, because Cordell would talk about how in an interview he said something about how Porsha would pretty much do what she want to do, have her family all up in his house, folks over there in peace on his white couch or whatever the case, just running amok in the palace. But when he trying to have his own child's birthday, she over there like, no, he can't have it here. That to me, at the time, because I was a Porsha stan, I don't think I was willing to believe what he was saying. As I grew and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, very much so self-centered, very much so can see her saying that. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure she told that man that. Like, no. And he's like, what the hell you talking about? Like, this his house. Meaning to me that if anything were to happen to me, this house got my name on it and my child is the beneficiary of this home. Okay, I have money set aside for my kid that they're going to be good. So if something were to happen to me, you probably going to have to get the hell out, because I don't line my stuff in order. Like, this my child's house. This ain't even yours. Like, it's crazy. Right? Like, child. Porsha was a mess on that show. And can I also say this, and y'all remind me, I feel like we didn't even see Cordell a lot on Real Housewives of Atlanta for real. Like, maybe the first season he came on, but we really didn't see him a lot. So for Bravo and Porsha to tell Shamia that, oh, you might not be a good housewife because your husband doesn't want to be on the show is crazy, when we really didn't even see Cordell like that. So, huh? It kind of gives that you probably didn't want her on the show. And not for the reasons that we may think. It may not be jealousy. You know, it may not be jealousy, but she probably knew that, dang, they're going to try and pick our friendship apart and we're going to end up fighting. It could have been that, maybe, as to why she didn't want her to be on the show. Or it could have been, like I mentioned a few episodes back, that this is my thing and I don't want to share nothing with you. Did go off and do y'all, you good over there? Like, nah, this is for me. I'm in the spotlight now, okay? I like you right where you at. Child, y'all better check y'all friends because I think y'all might have a few of them in the circle, okay? Don't be mad at me, girl. I'm just telling you, look around. That's all I'm saying. Just look around. We too old to not be looking around and seeing who around us, okay? They like you. They cool with you. However, they like to keep you right where you at. And yeah, I am talking about this. I'm talking about when you also get on the phone and they always want to talk about their problems but barely want to hear yours. Yeah, check your friends. Okay, check your people. Okay, I can't stand a hoe that want to call me and dump on me about what they got going on, and when I want to talk, you just too busy. Or the kids hooping and hollering in the back or something like that. You got to see about them. Bitch, don't call me. Okay, but I'm so glad I do not have those friends. Whew. Okay, I had to shake them off because the loving ain't the same and they keep on playing games. Okay, I had to shake them off, child. So, anywho, I like the circle I do have currently. Thank you. Real tight, real close. What else we got? So, Porsha talks about the trip that's coming up, and Lauren's like, "Ooh, y'all got a trip coming up," and Shamia playing it. Like, girl, y'all gonna be in the same like house, same bed, same room. Like, what's going on? Porsha, like, I mean, of course, we're good. Okay. So wherever we are, we're going to be good. Me and her have had that talk. And the thing is really just letting everybody else know that we're good. So don't be trying to keep bringing up some stuff between us to make it a thing because it's not. And I mean, as long as she good with me, I'm good with her. So that's just really how that is. So like, we good. We see each other. Period. Now let's get to Shamia. Shamia goes to V103 with Big Tigger. And I'm sorry, I can't recall the other young lady's name, but they were there. Okay. Now, Tigger, when they're talking about Shamia, she got a new song, Never Had, which is really cute. They bring up Drew. They bring up Drew dropping new music, and it was like automatic shade towards Drew. And I just really felt the way about that. I'm like, why are we giving shade towards Drew, Shamia? All they said was that she dropped some music. Like, why are you in your feelings about, like, what's going on, love? I didn't like it. But also what I did not like is the fact that this woman came to y'all and y'all got the audacity to ask her about somebody else's music. I feel like that was a bit disrespectful too. Like, girl, don't ask me about that lady music when I'm here to promote my stuff. Like, why are you doing that? Okay, I get it. But Shamia throws shade at Shamia throws shade at Drew talking about how she never had heard the song on the radio. And I'm like, girl, I never had heard the song on the radio in the longest because, bitch, I don't listen to it like many other people. Okay? The only time we really tune into the radios, really, is when y'all doing them interviews. Like, let's not act like them interviews don't be saving y'all. Because that's what be saving the radio stations, high key. Okay? It's the interviews. So ain't nobody never had really listened to the song that's on the radio station unless they ain't got no CD player, unless they ain't got no Bluetooth or something like that, like, unless it's really giving throwback. And even then, somebody just gonna cut their phone on and just cut that shit up loud. Okay? That's what they gonna do. They gonna play their own music from their phone. Like, ain't nobody listen to radio like that for real. So, what is that about? Never had, probably not getting plays either. So, I don't like the unnecessary shade. Like, don't do that, Shamina. Okay? So Shamia talks about how she'll forget that she mad at somebody and she'll walk up to him and say, hey, girl, they looking at her with all the stank face. And she's like, oh, I forgot we beefing because you called me a lap dog. Okay? But Shamia, the way that you flip that term, lap dog, in your opinion, to being about loyalty, it seems like you're okay with it then. You're okay with being referred to as a lap dog. So, anywho, I don't think that you forgot that you were mad at Drew, though. Especially when you refer to her as being a lioness bitch. Okay? So, anywho. Miss Britannica, Brit, she is working on Bare and Naked. That's her new shapewear line. And it is a bit... It's just interesting that you go from being all about your insurance agency and then now you're just jumping over to doing some Bare and Naked. And it's really given She by Sheree. summer, spring, fall, or whatever fashions. Like, it's really giving one and done. Like, Brit Love, you literally just created a page on Instagram recently because you knew that this was going to air on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Is giving, let me just create something for this particular platform. And this platform ain't even guaranteed, right? It might work, it might not, but I didn't like it, y'all. I ain't like it. But anywho, she's doing that. Angela and Charles. Try to go over there to one of the properties, honey. When I tell you, they ordered the blinds, raggedy stuff, toe up, still got things in the corner and everything. I'm so tired of going to Angela's properties and kind of seeing the mess. Now, granted, Angela is showing us the true process of when you buy a home and you're trying to get it in order because you're investing in it and all of that. So she's showing us the true process of what happens. But girl, don't come to us no more unless a house sold. Please let her get to the reunion and tell us she sold at least one home, BDB, one shoe. Okay, I'm hoping she sold at least one home. So she over there talking about the contract. She's like, oh my God, he sat up here and said that he was going to get this done, that done, whoop, the whoop, the whoop. Child, they flashed to the contractor where he did all that big talk, okay, about what him and his guys could do and when the house would be on the market and when it could likely sell. And when they flashed back to Charles said, oh, that it was a sale. Charles was not lying. Meaning that man told you whatever he needed to tell you to get your services, okay? To get you to buy into his contracting business. I'm like, girl, it's a no disrespect. It's a no disrespect to the hood contractors. But girl, looking at that man, I wouldn't have trusted him. Okay, the glasses is giving scam. Now, he might be phenomenal. I'm just telling you what it is that I observed on the first appearance. And he wouldn't have worked with me. Okay? He would not have worked with me. And then let me tell you something. I could be a piece of, I'll say overbearing a little bit. I ain't gonna say controlling, but let me tell you, I would have my own motherfuckers. You hear me? Okay, it would have been given Angela's contractors or some sort. But girl, I guess when you in millions of dollars of debt, how can you really, hire your own? But I would have found my own folks. Okay, created my own little contracted team or whatever the case is, so that I could really be on your ass and oversee what you're doing and how you getting it done or whatever the case is. Okay, so go get whatever licenses you need to get when it comes to contractors. If you can't hire the team, get Charles to hire the people. Charles Contracting Company. I don't know, but y'all need to figure it out. Okay? Because had you slowed down and not bought all them damn properties that y'all bought and used some of that $2 million to start up a damn contracting business, I think your homes would be much further along. Because they would have had to really come answer to y'all versus y'all answering to another outside company that probably got other outside houses that they have to work on, including yours. Like, no, girl, I think that we should have streamlined that just a little bit and cut out some people. If you ask me, that's just too damn much. So, anywho, she talks about how they had this house listed at $499. Then they had to drop it twice. Now it's back down to the price that she purchased it at, which was $338,000. I said, "Ooh, girl, so no profit, no profit." Ooh, and you know what that shows in the market, especially if they could show where there have been so many price changes, even though they be trying to, like, when they change the price, they also be trying to come back around and hit you with a new listing as if it's new, and it's like, bitch, this shit ain't new. This is not no new listing. It's just got a new price. But if you're seeing the changes in those prices, then that means that they're really desperate, and chances are they're gonna take one of the best offers, right? Meaning not best offer is in who offers the most for real, but more so like, I mean, what you got? Okay, so you want it? Yeah, we'll do a $340K. At least we'll make 2,000. You know what I'm saying? A little extra more than what we had. Oh no, ma'am. You know what, Amanda? I agree with you, child. Thank you, Queen Paradise, for the super chat. Amanda said at least she honest about it. And you right. And that's what I was saying, though. I'm like, she's showing us the true process of how this works. So you are absolutely right. I just would like to see her sell. She also talks about her mom and how the house that they got was like $490,000. She got this for her mom and them now, and they chose to move out of that home. And I don't know if they did it because Angela, maybe she was doing too much because she was in charge of it, or if it was because of Charles. But I will say this: it has something to do with that daughter, though. So it might be because of Angela, right? It has something to do with that daughter. Angela probably didn't like how they talked about her daughter, and when Angela told her mom, "You always side with my sister," Mother making a decision to move out of that house to go and live with that sister confirms to me that she always takes that girl's side, or she used to, may she rest in peace. But yeah. And it's so crazy. You got to be careful how you treat people. I'm telling you. Because I guarantee you, now that the mother is no longer here, I can imagine how that sister shows up to Angela now and expects Angela to look after her. Like, yeah, nah. Even if she doesn't want her face shown on television, it don't mean nothing to me. Because you probably still hitting that lady up with the expectation, because that's how y'all was showing up anyway when Angela was talking to Charles about it. So that's that. Angela felt like all the work she put in to look after her mom and put her up in her home was in vain. It may have been a little piece. It may have been. And I feel like they did that to spite themselves, in all honesty. That's just what I think. Because why would you not want to stay there? Like, why would you not? Like, if she's footing the bill for it or whatever, like, why would you want to move out? And then using the excuse of, I just don't want to be, I want to be independent, or whatever the case was. No, not necessarily true. Because here's what I'm also seeing too. If they relocated to another home, I guarantee you they reached out to Angela and asked Angela to help them with that home as well. No, I'm not helping y'all with no house when I already got a house for y'all here. Why would I do that? I'm not going to help y'all pay for that house. You got one right here. Y'all just didn't want to do that. So, good luck. Hope it works out. Angela brings up her mama discussing with her the argument that she had with Charles. And what we're learning is that Angela and Charles were already beefing about something. So when her mama calls her and lets her know how Charles came at her, she automatically took her mother's side and didn't really hear nothing of what Charles had to say. Even though he told her how it all played out, she still chose her mom's side. Now that she hear from her mom exactly how it played out, and Charles, it seems like Charles wasn't lying when he told her how it played out. Now she wants to be apologetic, because she finally, like, I guess her mama told her the truth or whatever the case was of how it all happened. And that's that. But it more so was about Angela, because she was already in her feelings about Charles at the time. So it wouldn't have mattered what he would have said to her mom. She was going to pounce on him anyway. She was going to be on his ass anyway. And can I also say this? She wants a hug from Charles. And what we see is that Charles is really a guy that does not give PDA. And I feel like Angela is extremely aware of this. And it looks cringe, and it makes us look at Charles sideways on the camera, because he always looks like he doesn't want to hug her. But the thing is, I think she knows this about him, and she tries to create this forced thing with them on camera. Like, give me a hug or give me a kiss. Granted, I feel like he should just do it. But I feel like his hesitancy comes from, we don't ever do this. Like, so why you trying to do it for the cameras now? I think that's what it is. I think he'd be like, why you trying to be extra for the cameras? Because we don't be on this type of stuff when the cameras ain't around. So I feel like he may feel like she's doing a little too much. But also, I feel like he should kind of go along, because you see the cameras are here and we don't want her looking stupid. And that's your wife. So if she say, give me a kiss, like Stevie J, give her a kiss. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's that. They also talk about Brit's event. So he don't really want to go, but he is going to end up showing up. So that's that. Let's get to Miss Edie. Shout out to the people we have in the chat. If we could get to 300 plus likes, that'll be great. Okay? Because y'all already know. Do I need to put my Shamia meme up here? Do I still have it? Okay. Because not I got y'all in the building this morning, but y'all don't like me enough to like the videos. I thought I was good people, huh? Anywho, child, we gonna still get into it. All right. So listen. Thank you so much, Queen Paradise. A great commentary. Hope all is well. God bless. Thank you so much. Yes, all is well. I hope the same for you as well. Thank you so much. So Brit, this was some tacky shit. This was so. Y'all, Brit is a bit struggling. Brit is struggling. She is struggling. I don't know if I should feel bad and hope that she's here another season to get a check or not. But this Brit don't got it like she used to. A lot of people don't, because what the times are. But this was so cheap. So it gave, okay, we got a golf course in our neighborhood, right? It was given a few things. Either we got a golf course in our neighborhood, or because we bought our house in a certain neighborhood, we have a discount or a membership with the golf course not too far from the crib, right? And for just for us being a member, we could get the clubhouse for free or at an extremely low discounted rate under $500, right? So this will be cute. It does not go with the theme at all. But you got the golf course. And I'm like, Brit, you can't be a member, baby. You can't be a member. You don't even know how to golf. That's what's insane to me. You went out there, didn't even know what to do. I said, oh my God. Okay. Gets out there, try to golf. Don't got nothing to do with the event. It's cheap. And before we even get inside, let's talk about it. Brit's outfit did not look bad, but you could tell she got it tailored tight as hell to her body. And I'm just like, okay, love, do your thing, okay? You didn't look bad at all. I actually liked Kelly's look. I thought Kelly was cute too. Shamina, no ma'am. No ma'am. You look like you were going to a luxury funeral. Okay? That's what it was, given a high-end, high-class funeral. Okay? Of an extremely wealthy person. That's what it, and that's no disrespect. And then the shoes, the boots, the booties, the fur booties. One thing Shamia gonna have is apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Okay? Because she definitely gonna have the whole club looking at her. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I want one of the girls to bring me all the boots with the furs, so I can set them on fire. Or matter of fact, I got one better. Take all the boots with the furs, donate them to Grenada. Donate all the boots with the furs. I cannot take it. Okay? It's tacky. The season doesn't match. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sick of it. It's devastating. Morris, we need to have a chat. Okay? Because you need to get her together. Okay? We're going to have to talk about this, because I don't know what the hell going on. I'm sick of it. Anywho, Shamia looked crazy. Porsha looked cute. Liked it. Drew, cute. Liked the color on, what's her name? Angela did not like the dress. Didn't. Okay? Charles showed up to support. We appreciate it. Thanks for coming. What else we got? Cynthia. She came out looking like the damn Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. Like, is it the Tin Man? Or what is he called? I don't know if it's the Tin Man or what, but that's what she looked like, okay? And then the whole thing was giving Darby. Kentucky Derby at the golf course. And it was tacky. It was tacky. It was tacky. Then we get inside. She learns that, first of all, we got filler people. You know how when there are award shows, they get people that are fillers, seat fillers, right? And they be moving them all around throughout the crowd. If somebody got to get up and go to the bathroom, they'll move a seat filler into that seat, especially during commercial break, whatever the case is, right? That's what those people were given. Okay. I had to shout out Binge Worthy, Justin Diego. Shout out to you, boo, because you was there. Shout out to you, love. But yeah, they pretty much got seat fillers, and she gonna sit up there and say, oh my God, the event planner, she put menus on everybody's table, so everybody think they finna get an entree when they finna get a piece of cheese and crackers. Yes, so we don't have enough to go around. I ain't got it like that. Yes, so girl, they suspended my license. Yeah, I'm only feeding the girls at the popular table. I'm not feeding the rest of these people. Okay? These folks, bravo, bro. So we gonna get them craft services. I said, first of all, I feel like when the planner came there with all of those menus, I think it was understood that you was going to get all their ass some entree. Okay? And then you overanalyzed that. You overdid that budget. That's what happened. So now you just going to feed the ladies at the popular table. I'm talking about tacky as fuck. I was with Porsha. Porsha said, oh, girl, you can't do stuff like this. Oh, the people going to drag you. I said, they is going to drag you, ma'am. Don't folks sit up there filming with y'all for hours and they stomach growling. That's crazy. Okay? And then the thing was, Miss Ma'am, you didn't even have anything, and y'all want to talk about food. Brit over there like, oh my God, they're not gonna get an entree. First of all, Porsha had me calculate. So I'm gonna hurry up and eat my food. They ain't even gotta see me eat it. But it's not even just the food, girl. They couldn't even get a piece of the bare naked attire. Okay? They couldn't even see an ounce of damn shapewear. Do you hear me? No thank yous for coming. And you standing up there trying to give a speech? I said, no, ma'am. You could have pulled an event off like Porsha Williams did with Pampered by Porsha. Yes, she had y'all in the lingerie, and she's not doing a lingerie line, although she probably should with Pampered by Porsha. Let that be an extension of it. But you could have did something that was smaller and intimate for you ladies. I mean, let's be real. Every time we see y'all, you just linking up in somebody's damn backyard. Because it's giving backyardigans, okay, of Atlanta. And I don't understand why you just couldn't do something probably in somebody's backyard that you took your ass to the golf course's backyard. Didn't even know what to do out there on the field. Brought the people into the house, into the clubhouse or whatever. And it was just giving tacky. Like you took us out away from somebody's backyard to bring us here to have girl, we could have had tackiness at home in private. Okay? You could have asked Shamia if you could have set up at the back of her house. You know what I'm saying? You could have asked Angela if you could use one of those properties and tell her, like, listen, bitch, if you're not going to be able to sell this, the least you could do is use it as like an event space. Okay, with somebody trying to host a party or something at one of these houses. You could have did like, girl, what is this? It was so fucking tacky. And then she passed around the lackluster gifts and then told the people, she gave Angela an extra large, honey. Angela said, oh, no, she did give me an extra large. And she said, and if the size is not good, then, I can get you guys another size. Like, Brit, this was terrible. This was so bad, y'all. Oh, this was tacky as a girl. Only gave the people cheese and crackers while everybody else eating full meals. Why am I here? I blame Bravo too for y'all feeling like y'all needed to have an audience there. Child, and this what be happening. They don't be having it like, let this be a true example of how these reality stars don't be having it like that. Okay? But they be portraying like they do. Okay? Girl, this is X, Y, and Z carrots. This is X, Y, and Z carrots. Like, huh? Like, this is my second ring. And y'all didn't have no money for the party? That's crazy. Okay, love. Well, good luck. All right. So then they asked her. Porsha's like, okay, so then why did you do this line? Like, what made you want to do this? She said, oh, when I got my BBL a few years ago, I said, okay, thank you. Thank you. Because that's how some people on social media talk about something. Oh, that booty look real. That booty, yes. Come on, Brit. No, it's giving heavy on the BB and an L. She went and got a Brazilian butt lift and then turned around and got a Brazilian nose lift. Like, listen, okay. It's giving Brazilian lifts for sure. Cause that booty does not match them legs. It don't. It just looked a mess, but I'm glad that she kept it honest. Thank you. We appreciate honesty. Where she said she went and got a BBL. They put in some shapewear that she didn't really like. Right? She wanted something that she could wear every day to try and, keep that booty tucked in so that people can't notice the difference that much. So she wanted to get the stuff that she could put on up under the attire so everything can look real cohesive. Just a little piece, okay? So that's what she needed to do. So that's what she went and created. Then she also said that when she was working and she had first opened up her office or whatever, she had let the other people come with her because she didn't want to feel bad being the only person getting the work done. So she was like on some type of let me bring y'all with me. So if you bitches ever try and say something about my body, then I can say something about y'all bodies too, so I can have something to clock on y'all. So y'all just all come on down here to Miami with me, and then you select what it is that you want to get. Okay, so we are going to be the BBL insurance company here in Atlanta. All right, so whatever service you're trying to get, go ahead and get it. And, if I look good, we all look good. And, we got to have a piece of sex appeal when we're selling these people, not sex. We're selling them insurance. We got to be able to, be on point with that. So y'all come on down here with me. And Shamia told me something. She would have worked for her. Told me something because she could use a little work. If it was anything she wanted to get done, it would be that back fat. And I said, you know what? I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Just a little piece of it. I don't really see it, but we always our worst critics, right? What we may see in the mirror, other people may not see. So I don't really see the back fat on Shamia, but I get it. Okay, I get you, girl. Now they're sitting at the table. Brit meets Charles. Angela busts out talking about saying, "Yeah, he don't have a side baby." Charles like, "Here she go, here she go." Brit said, "Yeah, and I'm no one's whore." He said, "I don't fool with whore." She said, "Well, it was just a joke between me and your wife and stuff like that. And, I'm just, I know we not ain't no whore and then like that. And so at least I ain't your hoe." And so, of course, they talk about the back and forth. All in all, these two ladies decided to move forward. Well, Drew hops in and says, "Brit, I appreciate you, girl. Thank you for inviting me. Like, this is getting real cute. I know that we've had some friction or whatever, but we could just have a conversation." And here go Kelly. Here go Kelly, Miss Adliber. "Yes, you guys can have a conversation, and just make sure, girl, when you having this conversation, you telling the truth." Drew said, "Yes, baby, always. Yeah, get to know me." I said, "I know that's motherfucking right, girl. Get to know me. Don't be going off of what your homegirl said. Don't be following in the footsteps of Shamia, because you're gonna fuck around and flop too. Like, don't do that. Okay? Get to know me, love. Don't get to know me by way of what you've heard about me. Get to know me. Because I haven't taken no shots at you from what I've known about you. So why you coming for me like that? That's crazy." So then Drew pretty much tells, what's her name? Angela. She said something about like, who's the real Kelly or whatever. So I thought that was a chuckle. But Shamia gets in the confessional. She says that Drew is a verifiable, certifiable liar. And I'm like, and so is your bestie that you keep running after, but I don't hear you say anything about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear you say anything about that. Kelly says that, she don't know much about Drew except for the fact that she's a liar. And it's just like, okay, girl. By love. Right? So Shamia is asking about being called a lap dog. Like, I'm trying to figure out why I was called a lap dog. Like, girl, I thought that we was good. Like, what had happened? And Drew says, well, you took something back, from the conversation that I had with you, and you took it to Porsha, and that wasn't really true. So if you're going to, sit up there and twist my words to stay in Porsha's good graces, then I don't respect that. I said, "Ooh, come on, Drew. Let's go, Drew. I don't respect that. If you're going to take what I said, take it back and then twist words." But you was just sitting over here hollering, hooping and hollering because you felt like me and Angela sat up there and twist words when it came to your situation with Porsha. Let's not and say we did. I don't like that. I don't respect you. Okay, so I'm here for that, okay? So then Drew says, Shamia got all that energy for her, but not for Porsha. Lap dog, okay? Shamia says that Drew can kiss my mother ass, bitch. Earth. You look stupid. I'm sorry. We like you here. Don't get it twisted. I'm just being honest. We besties, right? According to you, best friends. Best friend, you look stupid. Okay? You did. I mean, that's how the cameras had you looking. Just a little piece, okay? And they only can work with what you give them. And I didn't like that. It didn't look good, okay? So then Drew was like, well, girl, how old are we? She said in human years or dog. Drew like, dog, because that's very much so what it's given at this moment. Okay, so no, that's motherfucking right, girl. That's what it's giving, dog. Lap dog. That's what it's giving. So Brit trying to stand up, lying. Ladies, okay, you guys are here for special reasons, okay? We don't need to be doing all this and that, yada, 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 whatever. Okay, trying to calm the ladies down. Here goes Cynthia. Well, this was real cute. This was a nice event. Girl, I'm finna go ahead and head out. Yada, yada, yada. Then she get in the confessional talking about something about not wanting to be around the ladies when they doing all in this drama. Let me tell you something, Cynthia, baby. And Bravo, she can continue to walk. Cynthia can continue to walk off the show. Okay? Because I don't like the high, sedity, righteous type energy when every time you've been on this show with these ladies, they have always given you some drama. In every scene, it's been something. So for you to want to jump and skip and get out, it's kind of like, no. When have you ever been on this show and there's not been some drama? So to come back and act like you so above it, I feel like stay above it and don't return. Stay above it and don't return. Like, bring somebody else in to fill them shoes, please. Because I can't. I can't. Okay? Just too much. And you be here for the mess slick. Okay? You be ready to get into some things slick. but then ready to go at the same time. It's like, girl, I need you to pick one, okay? But she could keep walking on off the show, all right? Drew is getting ready to sign this deal, all right? She done got signed. Congratulations to Drew, honey. But before Drew gets up out of here and signs on the dotted line, Drew like, listen, I gotta have that conversation with Dennis because I'm trying to figure out what was it. What was said? I did what? So she got Dennis on the FaceTime and said, yes, I want to talk to you about some stuff. Like, I'm hearing that you said I wanted to suck a zick or something like that. Like, I really, really, really want to suck a zick. Like, what is that about? Who said that? And he was like, listen, man, I don't even know why you even, listening to that. Okay? I don't even know why you would even entertain that shit. Y'all know what I heard when Dennis said that? What I heard was, Porsha be lying. So I don't even know why you would even just go with that. She be lying. You know that girl a liar. I'm not going to say it. But you know how my baby mama get. Don't even entertain that SHI. Everybody know that studio costs. You got to pay money. Like, what? Like, no. Okay? Drew signs this new deal. Congratulations to Drew. Onward and upward. All right? And you know what's so funny? Everybody likes to sit and talk about, and that's that. I feel like that's fans and cast included, about Drew being a liar this, liar that, liar everything, liar everything, liar everything. But y'all never really talk about the lies that are being told about her. She's lying all the time, but y'all never talk about the lies that's being told on her. That's what's crazy to me. I guess because you don't want to have to call your fave a liar. But that's what it's giving. Okay, thank you, Keisha L, for the super chat. Cynthia, who is Mr. Chocolate Bailey? Cynthia, who is Mr. Chocolate Bailey? Stop, girl. Thank you so much for the super chat. So yeah. Then we get Phaedra, right? So Phaedra returns to the show at the very end. Now, it was a little cackle, okay? So we flash back to Phaedra's history on the show. Go through all of that. She talks about Brit Edie, and she called her Edie Brit. And I'm like, damn, that sounds like Edie dick. But anywho, so she says, Edie Brit is a girl around town. It's giving every bit of city girl. And she said that chicken pot pie might be very creamy from what she's hearing. Girl, a mess. She sat up there and talked about Drew Sidora, how she's not that familiar with her. Porsha talks about how she was trying to get with Dennis. Phaedra's like, oh, so he's selling hot dogs? And she said it's something like that. And Phaedra's like, oh, well, I thought Drew was more so into tacos, bitch. I fell out. Because I thought that was very funny. But, girl, just because she might be into tacos, was the taco smashed? She did entertain a taco, but did she smash the taco and did she eat the taco, girl? Okay? Don't do that. Because you don't want nobody to lie on you like that. Now, Heavenly did put a lot of lies out there on you, girl. She done said a few things about you. And you ain't like it. So don't do that. Okay? So then, Phaedra, she also talks about how she didn't know that Charles Oakley was married and refers to Angela as the secret wife of Charles Oakley. I hollered, okay? Not the secret wife of Charles Oakley. And I'm over here thinking to myself, now, Phaedra, Angela, this ain't what you want. It's giving, this ain't what you want. It's Angela, this ain't what you want, Oakley. That's what it's giving. Okay? Now, when she get ready to oak this out you, I want you to be ready. I want you to be ready. Okay? So that's what they got going on over there on the Real Housewives. Now, what we're about to do at this time is get into this sit down that Ralph decided to have with Gigi McGuire over here on her Pink Conversation. So let's check this out real quick.
Facade, you know?
Yeah. So you're breaking free from the facade of doing your own thing.
Yeah.
So how long has the separation been?
2 years, 2+.
Ooh.
2+.
And you're in the basement.
Yeah.
Why are you in the basement, sir?
It's given 2+ as lie. Has it been 2? So he filed last year, right? Wasn't it in 2023? No. He might be wrong. He might be right. I might be wrong. Because in 2023 was when he filed shortly after they did the reunion, I think. He tried to use the excuse of, oh, he caught her cheating with Ty, or she said she cheated with Ty, and that was his reasoning. I don't believe that. I believe Drew had enough of his SHI, especially when he allowed Courtney to come on the show and handle her the way that she did. I feel like Drew was the one that was going to file, and he rushed down there to beat her, as they said, okay? So I guess it would be 2 years since they filed for a divorce and separated. But did y'all see the video that he uploaded the other day with him and Drew in the kitchen? It looked to me that they had just finished hunching. Okay, so I don't know, but let's keep going.
You know what? Real talk is because Drew and her attorney actually tried to set me up. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to get me kicked out and have me pay for the house too. You know what I'm saying? So it was like this whole entire thing. And so what the judge did was actually smart. You know, she was just like, listen, opposed to me kicking you out and having you pay for everything, I'm going to just put you in the basement. You got your own exit. My basement, 4,000 square feet. Huh. I got to pay for the house anyway, So, no, it is a house. It's bigger than most people's homes, you know what I'm saying? So, and I got everything. I got the movie theater down there. It's like I got the ultimate man cave. It's the ultimate man cave.
With your own entrance, kitchen, everything.
Podcast room, like studio.
You know what I'm saying? You know everything.
Everything, the bar. So I got it all. And it was just but the most important part was it allowed me to really be there and locked in with my kids. Because that's most important to me. That's my heart. Like, without my kids, all of this means nothing. Because if I didn't have my kids, I would have been gone.
So speaking of you being a family
facade,
Yeah. So you're breaking.
But Drew plays a game on TV, though. You know what I'm saying? So she plays a damsel in distress card. And it's amazing for her because, it's a role. It's a character. And she does it so well because she's an actress that everything goes. Like, she can go and, she can throw a rock, hide her hand, and then cry about it. That junk is so... For a while, I could never really talk about it. Now I can, of course, because we're going through our situation. But that's the game that she plays, you know what I'm saying? So it works for her.
So is it a gift and a curse being married to an actress?
I wouldn't say it's a... As long as the actress knows when it's time to act and when the cameras are off, you know what I'm saying?
So the cameras are off and she's still in actress mode.
Nah, you know what the crazy thing is when the cameras are off, she's actually back to her normal self.
So it's when the cameras are on.
When them cameras are on, I'd be like, why did you do that? You know what I'm saying? They make me look crazy. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, well, that's my inspiration. So it's kind of crazy and it's hard for me to navigate that because I'm not an actress. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an actor.
Yeah.
I don't know how to go and navigate the different things. I'm just who I am. So if you say something crazy to me or you say something that makes me question it or something cat, then I'm gonna be like, that's not true. And then I'm gonna come at you about it. I'm gonna ask you about it. Go.
Good way to segue into my...
But Drew plays a game.
I feel like, Ralph, although you are not a professional actor, I do feel like you are one. I do. And I feel like if Drew is doing the things that you're saying where she's, crying on camera, doing all this extra, whatever the case is, I feel like you are a great scene partner, if that's the case. And you definitely make it easier for her to show up the way that she does. In my personal... You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because we literally just saw when Drew says on camera last week, oh, sometimes we're really great co-parents. And I'm sitting over here like, girl, can't be. And then what does he do? He upload this video to show us Drew not lying. We can be really great co-parents.
What do you call me? Drew, I made all of this food here. The steak, the hot dogs, the chicken.
And you probably ain't even supposed to be upstairs either. Okay?
Hey, Helen.
Hey, grandmama.
Y'all get along so well. Sometimes we're really good at co-parenting. And then what does he do? He turn around and lock your ass out the house. What does he do? He turn around and drops a statement on the day that your album releases, okay? What does he do? He turn around and does an interview talking about you, okay? Ralph is a mess, honey. Him downstairs is I don't know. And what's crazy to me is you can't think that you're without fault when it comes down to this marriage, baby, because you're not. Okay. But that's all that I got. Really, just wanted to run that by you guys. Just a little piece. Let me see what else they said. What he got? Oh, okay, that's it. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got. I'm Jami, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share my videos. You're following me on social media, all right? We're making our way over there to 95,000, so make sure you're becoming a part of the tribe, honey. And that's all I got. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL, got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated